This is a glorious thing. Or work with me, Twitch.
There we are.
There
We're live.
we go. There we go, Twitch. Twitch be twitching.
Doing it live.
All right. Oh, yeah, there's Risu now. So I think Risu got the memo, so should be joining us any second now.
Okay.
Any second now. Perfect. Everything works out right.
Everything is
Okay,
glorious.
Okay then. So a recap for where we were. I hear Risu clicky or something in the background. Coughing or cat. Someone through. Anyway, recap for where we were. We had just, let's see, the PCs. I still need to think of a name for the party and for the campaign itself. I can figure that out at some point.
Lily's entourage.
No. The group had gone out to track down where the bandits had been, finding their hideout, which was a cave with the direction delivered from one of the captured bandits beforehand. Upon finding their way there, they discovered that shit was not going right, as well as Elana. But Elana wasn't exactly going wrong, so upon finding Elana and freeing her, they went to investigate further and try to deal with the bandits, finding some of them to be zombified, and the rest of them to be absolutely terrified of what did it. A pair of scarecrows. And after dealing with the animated constructs, they took the surviving bandits back to the town of Ashenport and turned them over to where they are currently being set to be put to use, working around, aiding the citizens in a hopefully safer place than the cavern, or the cavern. And when taking one of the remnants from the scarecrows up to the local wizard, she was able to determine, at least from a bit of a research, that the symbol had something to do with a drow cult. But unable to tell anything more, she suggested to go look towards a old friend of hers who lives in the city to the south of them, which is Northbridge. So the PCs for now have returned back to the tavern for the night. They're resting up and going to be heading out to Northbridge in the day. So then, let me get right into things. I should be moving shit around now that I'm done thinking. Mouse. What's the mouse?
Oh, hey, my roommate left. Yay. So now there's no TV.
Yay. Alright. So where I need to be is still going to be... No, we're going to be in tavern for now.
Okay, just testing. It was my F8 key, correct?
Yes.
I believe so.
Oh, no.
Alright, so we need to be here. Is Elana here? Yes, she is. Okay. Alright, so it's morning on the next day. I really need to think of a days a week. You all go downstairs into the tavern after another night of rest. And your test did work, Risu. Yeah. And coming down, you see that Chase is talking to the girl at the corner of the bar as usual. And now that she's not behind the counter, you notice that her lower body is that of a snake, which is probably the weirdest thing you've seen so far. Not the most terrifying, though. That'd probably be the scarecrows.
I wish I could trust myself to come up with a coherent response. I really can't, though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, meanwhile, she's currently handing a few potions over to this other girl, and as she turns around, she looks to see that the party has come downstairs from the rooms and goes over to address them. I do not have a good voice for her. I should. You're awake already. That's good. Looks like we'll be heading out to Northbridge about noon today, so if there's anything you would like to take care of before we
Holy
go...
crap! Why are you a snake? Is what Lily says.
Transmutation backfire. Don't worry too much about it.
Yes, she would be correct. It's a mishap from a while ago. Yes, yeah. So, right, we won't be leaving for Northbridge until around noon, so if there's anything you would like to take care of before then, I suggest you do so. And then she waves to them and heads out, leaving her familiar behind, as it tends to have a mind of its own.
What do you mean a transmutation backfire? She's half a snake. How does that even happen? That's not a thing.
But she's already gone and doesn't catch that.
Don't doubt what mishaps can do.
Alright, so
All right.
Well, it's still early in the morning. I'm going to say maybe 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock-ish, and you have until noon to do stuff. So what does anyone want to do until it's time to leave?
Well, Lily would like to grab something to go, and maybe a kai latte, and then head out to the smithy.
Please do not give Garrett any more ammunition to throw at Lily.
A
No,
Kai
Lily's-
latte? What the hell?
Lily's just
I'm
gonna ask for.
talk to Garrett for a little bit.
Serena just looks confused when Lily puts in her order. Really confused.
All right.
Half calf, no whip. Double shot espresso, please.
And Garrett looks at her weird as he's been up already, and he basically just gives her. He said, "I know what he's going to do. Actually, he jumps off the counter, goes in the back. About a minute later, he returns with a cup of tea, sits it on the counter, takes a step away, pulls out a whip, and cracks it over the cup.
Lily says,
Oh, sorry,
I
you
said
wanted no whip." It's like, oh, my apology, miss.
Fine,
You'll have to
close
pay for the
enough.
glass.
Does he keep that whip around for fun or just to make that joke?
I don't know why he has the whip around. Nobody knows why he has the whip around, but nobody responded to him doing that.
Lily pays the
Serena
man,
looks
and,
even more confused. She
Is the
doesn't want to
tea
get into that.
is the tea in one piece? Can she take it with her?
Oh, it's in one piece. Garrett knocked the handle off the cup.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
she's gonna
I
pay.
thought-
Go ahead.
Oh my god! I thought you had rolled again for Lily being dumb, and I thought that she had thought like that she was sitting there without the cup after Garrett the cup broken. Like it's the tea in one piece. Is the tea okay?
Well, it was iced tea. No, she thanks him, despite his lack of listening to her and adding whip when she asked for no whip. And she pays him for the broken cup and is going to take the tea with her and go to the smithy.
All right. What does anyone else have in
What's the
mind?
laugh? That's why. Why did I agree to this one? I have a tooth problem. It hurts to fucking laugh.
Yeah. What does anyone else have in mind to do?
How much does that
I'm going
cost?
to stay at the bar for a little bit. I need to purchase a bottle of wine.
All right. I can work out the cost. It'd actually probably be like 5 silver.
Serena's probably
Finest.
going
Oh,
going to make.
yeah.
Wine.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So starting over. The cup for Lily would be about 5 silver. I'm not quite sure off the top of my head for the elven wine. I can cover that later. What was
Right.
Serena doing?
Sorry. Serena was probably just going to go to the temple and pray to her god because she hasn't had much time to do that lately.
Yeah.
Just like dedicated time to say, hey, I'm not dead and I'm trying not to piss you off.
And what is Elana doing?
Getting food.
Just gonna eat for this several hours she has free?
Well, she's just gonna get a meal, and then I have no idea what she's going to do.
Alright, so we can come back to that. So for now, let's go through with Lily. And I'm just gonna throw everybody onto the town map because I don't have a lot of small maps made for this area. And he is not there currently. I don't know where he's gonna be, but he is not there. Alright, did I actually throw everyone onto the map? I know I moved here.
I don't see icons.
Yeah, I don't have player icons. I'll throw those on real
There's
quick.
the party icon, but
Yeah. I don't have... Let me just throw...
I mean, you could literally just put little text symbols, like say write down S.
Yeah, I
it's actually
could.
super easy to throw icons on. So
Yeah, it is extremely easy. I
Well-
just had to go copy them.
Okay, I just didn't know what icons you wanted to use.
woo,
And
those
I'll
are big icons.
And
Lily
Exactly.
is
them down.
Lily is giant. She's walking around the town.
And Lily was going over there.
oh, you
Serena's...
small smithy.
It's even easier.
Huh?
It's even easier if you set the default token for specific players. That way, it's just drag and drop.
We
Yeah,
can
yeah, I
go
didn't
through
like...
that later.
Yeah, I didn't want to search through all of my tokens though. I have a lot of I have a
Actually,
shit.
all you have to do is select a token on one of the maps and go to the kit profile, edit it, set as default.
I have it set on the character page. I didn't want to go through my token map to drag the tokens from there onto this. I went to a different map to pull them over.
Yeah, he's got like
All right,
5 billion tokens. So.
You're gonna see why I have so many tokens probably pretty soon this session. All right. So Lily goes to the blacksmith's shop first, and when she gets there, she opens the door and she sees the blacksmith, who's a larger black-skinned tiefling. As she walks in, he opens his eyes, looking at her with the bloodshot red glowing eyes, and nods.
Lily waves. Hi. How's that thing that you were working on for me?
It's going fairly well. Just trying to get some sleep while the two newcomers tried working on it.
Newcomers?
Yeah, you brought them back yesterday, didn't you?
Lily's gonna look around. Does she see the 2 people there?
As she looks into the back where the actual smith and the forge, like the anvil and the forge is, she will see the 2 bandits that she brought back are there working on the forge. They have metal cuffs around their wrists, but aside from that, they're pretty much as they saw her, and the cuffs themselves aren't tied to anything. They're just wearing them.
Lily waves at them. Hi, guys.
And both of them look up. The one kind of shies away. If Lily thinks back, it's the same one she hit with her crossbow the other day.
Uh-huh.
And
Lily's like, oh yeah, this is normal everyday stuff. I always shoot people. That's how I meet them, you know.
She is a noble.
yeah, and they're not too fond of her because of being shot. Around this time, the blacksmith stands up and he goes out to join them back in the smithing area. And
Lily's gonna ask if there's anything she can help with.
anything you can help with? You know how to work a forge?
Well, I've seen it done a few times. I used to hang around the blacksmiths a lot back in Haven. So, you know, I actually helped with this, and she pulls out her greatsword and shows it to him. Says, a friend of mine made this for me, and I helped out with it a little bit as well.
And he takes the greatsword and he looks at it for a moment, nodding slowly before handing it back. All right then, if you think you can help, grab grab the hammer and tongs. We have some work to do. And then he goes over to a pile of molten metal. Is there anything you want to say right now, or should I just get right to the skill checks?
Lily actually wants to talk to the 2 prisoners real quick.
All right, so
she's gonna just, can she insight check them to see what they're feeling, like they're not planning to run away or anything, they're actually, whether
she
they're
can do
enjoying their
insight
work.
checks. Yeah, she can do insight checks.
Alright, it's time for test your might.
So I rolled insight.
Yep, I see that. It's pretty decent insight. So, using the insight, she can...
But I figured he would. Only does.
All right, so as Lily looks at the 2 bandits, you can see that neither of them seems too intent to run away. In fact, it seems like both of them are rather content to be at a forge right now. They're shuffling their wrists a little uncomfortably, but they're not too distasteful with the current setup, and they seem fairly content overall, though the one, and by extension the other, line away from Lily as he goes up to rub his shoulder where the crossbolt hit.
Can Lily? She's gonna walk over there. What exactly are they doing? In what part of the process are they doing?
Currently, the one is pulling hot metal out of the forge while the other one's hammering it.
Okay. So she's gonna walk up close to them outside of their actual reach and watch them for a few seconds and then say, "Excellent work. I'm really glad that you guys are helping out with the city the way that we talked about." And she's just gonna give them a little bow.
And the 2 of them look at each other, then back to her, and they just kind of grunt and continue working.
Okay. So Lily's gonna go and start helping the blacksmith.
All right. So start off with we made a check for it. It was a smithing check.
Strength
Yep.
with no proficiency.
No proficiency currently.
Okay, so I'm turning that off. All right. So how many checks do you want me to run?
Do 3.
Nice.
All right. Starting
Right?
off. Let's see. So starting off with Lily's little escapades here, she goes to pull the first bit of metal out and do some help there. Fumbles with the tongs, dropping a hot piece of metal right on the main blacksmith's foot, the tiefling. He grits his teeth in pain, but kicks it off his shoe, looking over at her. And aside from that, the rest of the day it gets a bit better, but
She's gonna
Lily's
go.
skill
Oops, sorry.
yeah, Lily tries to make up for a mistake there and does a decently good job, but she ends off a little weak.
Mhm.
By the end of the day, though, however, they have finished what they were working on, and
Excellent.
it's not the most pretty looking of armor, but it is definitely functional. A set of scale mail, which he offers to Lily in return for bringing him the metal.
Ooh, she will graciously accept that. What is the AC on that?
I believe it's the one step up over what Lily's wearing, so it should be 14 plus 2 from Dex and disadvantage on stealth.
That's actually exactly what she's wearing. She's wearing chainmail, which is 16. No advantage on Dex.
She's wearing chainmail. Oh yeah. So I thought she was wearing sure, not chainmail.
Chainmail.
All right,
yeah.
then it would have been splint mail.
Okay, so splint heavy.
Yeah, splint heavy. So it's just 1 higher
Excellent.
and still disadvantage. So yeah, that was my own fault. I was intending for it to be the one better than what Lily had, but I thought she had the wrong thing because I didn't check properly. All right, that'll be the entirety of Lily's day, so let's move on to the next. And next up, there was Falana, Fifi. What was she up to aside from shopping? She was getting some elvish wine, I believe.
Give me a moment. I'm just checking the map here.
Wow. By the way,
Yeah,
don't
just
add both
relax
males.
about the park. Maybe go get some rations from General Merchant. That way we have supplies.
All right, so she was going to go off and get rations and everything else?
Yeah, and then just relax at the park. Why not? She has nothing else to do.
All right. So what exactly does she wish to buy? Just normal rations? Anything else?
Let's see. After she gets the wine, she's going to buy rations. Possibly a small sack to put rations in, enough for everyone. I'll take it out the party loot. That way we just have the food in there. Because we don't know how long we'll be traveling.
All right.
Or if we're going to have a side excursion. So I want to plan for at least 3-4 days more than what we will have.
All right. So it shouldn't be too hard for her to find. I don't want to just say a backpack, but I'm not sure what else would be off the top of my head. So I'm just going to go with the backpack. It won't be too hard for her to find something to hold the rations in, along with a supply of rations. Let's see, rations for rations. To buy the rations she wishes to get, it's going to cost her probably 50 gold for 50 rations. That's a lot. What the fuck am I doing? That is way
It's
too much.
one day. The price of PP should be per day.
I know what the price is. I'm telling you what they're selling it at. It's going to be for going to be able to get 20 days worth of rations for probably 20 gold.
That sounds a little bit better. How far away is Northbridge? Just
Northbridge itself, it's not terribly far away. It might take a full day's journey. So you're expecting to arrive tomorrow, probably earlyish.
so 4 times 5. So yeah, you know what? I'll take the 20 days. That way we have it. It's not like we're gonna go bad anytime soon. So
In the backpack will probably cost you 5 gold.
okay, I can do that. We reserve that backpack for rations and just someone take turns carrying it.
All right then. So that'll be it for your day, and then you're gonna go back and relax. That it?
Sounds like good for me.
All right, and then next up will be Surina, and Surina was just going to go and pray and rest at the temple.
Yeah, pretty much. Just chill out in the temple.
All right. I don't have anything super substantial for Surina. When she gets there and starts to pray, she'll notice that while the temple is predominantly set up for... I should remember this off the top of my head. I really should.
Thor, because the head priest is
Yes,
Thor.
yes. I should really remember it off the top of my head, especially since I ended up making the priest being not Durkin. But yeah. So despite the fact that the church is set up for worship of Thor in this area, Thor being similar in domain to, I think it was Nord she follows. That sounds right.
Yes.
Yeah, Nord that she follows. She's not unwelcome to be worshiping him as well there. And as she goes through and does that, she sees the few priests there running around. O'Malley's been in and out and smells heavily of alcohol. And the alcoholite you found at the bandit camp is also there, just checking up on minor things for the most part. Nothing. They haven't left him with any substantial duty, but he is helping out. There's nothing else really to say for Surina, except that part of the way through her meditation and praying, she gets a rather unsettling feeling as though a storm is coming. It's probably nothing too major. It's just going to be a natural storm, but it feels like it's going to be a rather harsh one.
Well, let's just hope it's not a weather report, because sometimes she's gotten weather reports like that. It's just like, okay, nice to know the weather.
All right, that should be it for Surina. And next up we have Elana. And Elana was going to be getting food.
She was going to start off with getting food, and then I think I finally decided something for her to do.
All right.
Seeing as she's new to this town, she's just going to kind of like explore it and kind of just look around.
All right, so in her explorations and going around, and I really need to figure out where the crap this thing is. Here it is. It's down here. The handouts are all down at the bottom. I should know that by now. All right, and going around Ashenport, there's several things of note. She sees Lily working in the blacksmith as she goes around the lower part of town. Several of the guards she saw earlier in the barracks, which is where they dropped off the bandits when they returned in. Going north through the park she's currently in, it's
Lily
just a central
waves
park.
as Elana passes, by the way.
Yeah, there's a central park with a well in the middle. She passes through several other houses, a few general shops. Everything looks like it's fairly rough set out with, but everyone has like a house to live in, of food to eat. And though things are rough, people do seem content as well. Going further up, she sees an area with in a large building accompanying it with a huge wooden sign outside that reads Adventurers Guild. It looks fairly empty currently, possibly an effect that adventurers have been in short supply ever since most of them got up and left over this new island that's appeared. And from there she can see up on the hill there's where the Baron's Manor is, as well as the house where they met Chase the day previously. And it just looks almost like the hill is made of ash from how dark it's colored.
All right.
Anything in particular she wishes to check out, or is she good?
No, she just was looking around, getting her bearings in the place.
All right. While Elana is out wandering around, somebody will come up and speak to her. It'll be the same woman that she saw Chase speaking to earlier, who... I gotta drag her out now. Come on. And she looks kind of interesting as well. Why did I not click on her? Should I put her in the background? Why can't I not click on her? That's why I can't click on her. I'm smart. Yes, let me just bring her out here so you can actually see her if you wish to zoom in. She's wearing leather armor. She's giant. Smaller now. She wears leather armor, has a few blades hidden on her body. The most noticeable features about her are the fact that she looks kind of wolf-like. Small fangs peeking out of her mouth, few ears hidden underneath what she wears on her head, and a tail sticking out behind her. And she walks up to Elana and speaks to her. So you're going to Northbridge today, or later, are you not?
That's what I believe.
Would you be willing to do me a favor?
Depends. What's the favor?
I'm trying to find out some information about what happened to... there's a coliseum in Northbridge. It's full of gladiators and other fighters. I'm trying to figure out what happened to one of the previous champions.
All right.
If you could, while you're there, find out anything about one known as White Fang, could you please tell me?
I'll do my best. May I ask what your name is?
Yes. My name would be Cassandra. And with that said, she quickly nods and darts away into the shadows, disappearing as soon as she turns the corner of the alley.
Well,
right,
Alto's
so-
in love.
Ah, no.
No. All right, so that'll be it for the initial...
Before
The
we
day goes on.
reconvene,
Yes.
can Lily take like 10-15 minutes to go to the barracks real quick?
She can.
All right, which is right next door to the forge.
Yep. What she have in mind?
She wants to find the captain, or
Okay.
whoever's in charge, and she wants to sell her spare chainmail to them for them to use.
All right. And she'll do that. She can't find the captain specifically, but she does find someone even better to our needs. The requisitions officer, who is a overworked looking female halfling.
Lily's going to approach and say, I have a spare set of chainmail that it bears the crest of Haven, but I want this town to have it as a symbol of goodwill from us, and because I know that you guys seem to have not quite enough armor.
And she looks, the halfling goes up and looks at the armor and she says, "You're giving this to us as a symbol of free will.
Well, that, and I would like to be paid for it. Just a, not. I don't expect you to pay me the full amount, of course, but it does have my family crest. It is. I want you to have this, but I don't want to give it for free because I worked hard for this.
And she continues to look it over and turns back to Lily again. "We're going to have to remove the crest, you know."
Okay. Can I keep the crest then?
We can have it ready for you. It'll take several hours to get it off, and old Valston at the smith is busy with other work.
Yeah.
So it might.
Well, I'll probably be back. I am leaving later today, but I'll probably be back.
All right, we can leave it with him once it's done. You could pick it up then. As for the chain shirt itself, I'm afraid we could probably only, or chainmail itself, I'm afraid we could probably only offer 30 gold.
30 gold? Well, it is a symbol of goodwill, but it is it's a very nice chainmail. Let's split the difference. What about 35?
Roll a persuasion.
Gonna make me roll for 5 gold.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
16.
And she looks at it more. We can offer 33 and no more. Believe me, I know how much money these fellows have to offer.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Lily nods and sticks her hand out pretty much right in the halfling's face and says, "Deal."
And the halfling just grabs her hand, lowers it, and then drops 35 or 33 gold pieces into it.
She was like, "Well, I was gonna shake your hand, but that works too." And she pockets the gold.
All right. And that'll be it for this. So it's approaching noontime. Everybody convenes back. You're not in the tavern currently. You're all standing outside of it when Chase returns to you. And she asks that everyone has their business prepared.
Lily says, "Yep."
Serena says yes. Everything's taken care of.
And I'm just going to assume yes for the other two people.
Probably.
All right.
And back.
All right. So things are done. You're about to head out. Chase just asked if everyone has their business prepared. I'm assuming yes.
Prepared? No, I tend to do my business as things happen because I don't know what's going to happen up ahead. However, everything is done here. If that's what you're asking.
That is... Okay. So, let us be off.
Lily adjusts her splint mail real quick, making sure that it's all comfortable and everything.
Mm-hmm. Where did I put this map? Oh, no, that's right. I didn't do that. Okay. So then, and with that, everyone goes off on the road to make it to Northbridge. And the journey itself takes about a full day, so you travel until the sun sets, finding a small camp around some trees.
On the road again.
Chase ends up setting up some magical wards along with everyone else keeping watch, taking turns. Nothing important comes from the night. It's just an eerily calm night. Almost just too calm, to be honest. And when the day starts back up, they continue walking, and before long, the city of Northbridge is in sight. And Northbridge is quite the city compared to what they're used to.
Good lord, that city is big.
Yeah, you don't say.
Got districts in it. This is Lily's kind of city.
Yeah. It's probably
As,
one of the most substantial cities in the North region.
As they approach the city and she sees the walls, you can hear Lily whisper, "Finally."
Hold up, we went north to get here, yet we're arriving on the
We went south to get here. If you look at the world map, Northbridge is actually south of here. It's called Northbridge.
That open right now.
Yeah.
We can't see the world map.
Yeah, I know the world map isn't open right now. If I said you went north to get here, you went south to get here. Northbridge is actually south of Ashenport. It is called Northbridge because, as Chase explains, there is an old bridge here, massive, left behind by some race in ages previous. Nobody knows what it was for. It's in disrepair, but the entire city was built around this area, and it just spread out further and further, going south down the coast.
Lily says, "Well, the bridge was obviously here to cross the water."
There's nothing in that direction for miles and miles, dear.
You did say it was a
Could
big
be
bridge,
mile
did
or
you not?
mile long bridge. It's possible.
How massive is this bridge? I should have it scaled properly. How massive is this bridge? It is like 260 feet across.
A mile long would make sense for a bridge that wide.
Yeah, I know. This is a massive bridge. And as she goes through, she explains other things. So there's several parts of the town. It's split into two main areas. There's one area on this upper plateau, which holds most of the upper class districts. There's the Alabaster district in the distance, which has a lot of the fancy things. A Coliseum is near that as well. The middle class districts take up most of this plateau, and as you get further down, you run into the less fortunate parts of town, which holds the docks and several other areas. It's not the most pleasant to be down there. Thankfully, my friend Felsworn lives up here in the bridge ward, just next to the bridge. Many mages live there, actually. And a lot of you continue forward on the town until you get to the gates, where there is a number of soldiers there who stop them before they enter. The soldiers hold up their hands and ask what the business is there for these travelers.
Lily steps forward and says, "We were sent here by the Baron from,
And-
what's the name of that town?
Ashenport.
The Ashy place."
And the guards nod at this, and before anything more can be said, Chase kind of moves forward and says, "We're here to seek out an old friend of mine, hopefully find some remedies to help out around here. So, would you be so kind to let us in?" And the guards look at each other for a moment. "Sure, White Snake Tiefling. You and your friends can come in. Old fools finally coming out of town. and they just start laughing in another joke in Orcish. Strange that these human guards would know Orcish, but
What are they saying?
you actually know Orcish, don't you?
Yes. No, by
Yes, I feel it's like I know somebody's going to know this language. What they're saying specifically is they're laughing at the old demon-loving, red-haired fool finally getting scared of what living up in his town, needing more medicine to take care of these idiots.
in Elven, because they probably do understand it. Well, unlike some certain idiots who just parade around a gate all day, at least he's trying to get aid for his people.
And they don't understand what she says.
Lily tries to hold back a giggle.
But regardless, you're all free to get into the town now.
She fails to hold back her giggle.
Surina's just completely confused because those are both languages that she doesn't know.
Yeah. You're all free to get into the town now, and you make it to the central... I have an echo.
Echo.
Get into the central plaza area in the first upper class district, and you can see what Shay said was initially correct. The area does look fairly well off. As far as Lily is concerned, it doesn't look quite like the upper class districts back in Haven, but it does look, she can tell that things are fairly well off here.
She's gonna say, "How quaint."
Yeah. And as they go along, there are a few people who glance at Shay's, but nothing else really comes from that. And the people themselves, in this district, it is mostly humans and elves, a few dwarves as well. And they continue on, and Chase kind of turns back.
Lily's going to wave at a random dwarf and say hello in Dwarvish because she likes that language and is trying it out.
And the dwarf will look back at Lily and just kind of, he'll shake his head, wave back, and keep going on his way. And Chase at this point kind of turns back to the others. It'd be best if you don't mention
Oh,
where
wow.
we're from.
Actually, I don't work. I thought I did.
It would be best if you don't mention where we're from currently. Things are not that pleasant in this town. Don't let appearances deceive you.
Lily's like, "Do you mean don't mention that we're from Ashy Place or that I'm from Haven?"
Yes.
Surina says, "Don't mention either, Lily. Don't say where we're from, where we just came from, and don't say where you were born."
Well, where should we be from then?
Just don't.
Out of town.
Just,
They don't need to know.
Yes, they don't need to be informed. Just come along quickly. We need to get to where my friend is. And your journey goes along the rest of the way fairly easily, thankfully. And you eventually come down to the district she mentioned earlier, which is the Bridge Ward. And coming along one of the houses, it's a small little house by itself, painted white, and she goes up first to the door and opens it, going in there. Inside, sitting at one of his desks, is a elderly looking human. His hair is he looks like Dumbledore, essentially. Wrinkled skin, long white hair, sitting in a robe, and he just looking through tiny spectacled glasses, doesn't even hear anyone enter.
Just a second. Lily approaches him and says, "Hi, my name's Lily."
And he jumps up in his seat real quick, and he looks around wildly. He's like, Lily? Hi, hello? Oh, are you with Chase? Is she with you? And Chase nods and goes towards, like, yeah, Chase nods and goes towards, yes, she's with, yes, she's with me. How are you doing, Felsworn? And Felsworn nods, standing upright, slowly, looking like he's obviously aged. Every move, you can almost hear his bones creak. I've been doing pretty well myself. Business has been a little slow recently, but oh, what can you do? So, what brings the lot of you down here? I haven't seen you in forever, Chase, and I don't think I've ever seen your friends either.
We're looking for someone.
Oh? And what are you looking for?
Lily's gonna step up to him and say a little bit quieter but loud enough for him to hear. Have you ever heard of a drow cult around here?
Actually, no. Even better. I'll hand him a plaque, but we had to have the symbol on it.
Yeah, and
We're looking for this.
Yeah, he kind of reels back a little from what Lily said, and then he looks at the plaque that he was handed, and he looks it over, like, oh, this... Why, this cult has been dissolved for years.
Oh,
Where
good.
did you come across this?
Apparently, they've been having activity lately, putting up scarecrows for raw purposes for raising zombies.
They created constructs that, at the least, attempted to murder us and murdered several bandits.
Constructs? No, that doesn't sound anything like what this cult did. They were not at all meant like... They
Someone
were much
told
more...
me that they dealt with necromancy.
Yes, a little bit. It was mostly worked around worshipping drow and trying to emulate what the drow did, but... No, that doesn't sound right at all. They've been gone for ages. They have not been around in at least 15 years.
Is there any members that might still be around that who still believe in the ideals, or at least corrupted those ideals?
Or perhaps people who used to be members that we could talk to.
And he stops and just thinks about that. It's like, I do not know, quite frankly. I would have to ask some people, I think. Oh, I don't even have the journal anymore. Ugh. And he just looking around his works, and now that you see him going around his shop and looking at things, you can see that there is crushed and potted or crushed plants, bottles holding powder, and everything else in this area.
Lily's going to check to see if he's half snake.
Lily can see very clearly that he is not half snake, just very old and very cranky.
She's going to be rather conspicuous while checking.
And he stops after a moment. He's like, "Yes, dear. Is there something to help you?"
Oh, no. I like your shoes, that's all.
Oh,
He's having a mental breakdown. Don't worry about it.
yes, they are some nice shoes. Man, I do apologize. This will take me some time to look into. Will you be in town for long?
How long will it be?
What was that? You broke up a little.
He said it's going to be a little while.
Yeah, will they be in town for long?
Lily asks how long he thinks it might be.
Maybe a few days? Not too terribly long, I don't think.
Lily's going to shrug and, she has nothing better to do. And who is in charge of this city? She's going to ask.
That is a very interesting question, my dear. Officially, the nobleman who lives out in the Alabaster District. In actuality, I'm not sure.
What is the name of this nobleman?
Oh,
Unless she knows already.
yeah, I'm not actually sure, my dear. He only took over about a month ago.
Okay. Could Lily roll to see if she knows or would be able to guess?
She can roll to see if she might know from her studies, but considering how often you said that she was good with her studies, I'm not convinced she would possibly know. But let's see, with that roll...
Matter of will that information have been in her area?
Yeah.
She is proficient in history, and she does specifically about noblemen. She probably would have some knowledge, is what I would say.
Well, she's not sure. Thinking back to it, she knows that the previous nobleman was a man by the name of Sigil, but if he was removed, she, trying to think back to her studies, comes up with the next closest guess would probably be a man by the name of Ivor, but she knows nothing about him.
Would she know what level of nobility Sigil was?
Sigil... I believe Sigil would be about the same rank that Lily was.
Okay.
Or Lily's parents, rather.
so he would be a viscount.
Yeah, maybe a little higher, somewhere around that. The nobility ranks are a little more fuzzy around these parts.
Yeah. Okay. She's gonna ask if Sigor is in charge.
Um, no, Sigora died. It's a new fellow. It begins with an I.
Would it be Ivor?
Yes, that I believe is a noble who took over his estate. Yes, that sounds right.
You say he took over and Sivor died.
Don't get involved.
Pardon my intrusion, but would those two events be connected?
It's best you don't ask questions like that in these parts, dear. It really is.
I guess I could ask him myself then.
No, we aren't here to play games around of nobles. We're here to do something very specific. Please stay on task.
Lily turns to Falana and says, "You're here to do something specific. I'm here to do something as well."
All right. Well, it's
Just don't get yourself killed, Lily. Please.
and Chase at this point is also sharing Felsworn's wariness about investigating the nobles, and she just suggests perhaps we could look into it later. Maybe you should see more of the town first. They do have much more to offer to those with coin than Ashenport does.
Oh, sightseeing? I like sightseeing. Let's do that.
And Felsworn
Well,
kind of
he
breathes a slight sigh of relief, and he goes back to his investigations.
Zarona, if you would please be a dear and stay with Lily for a while today.
All right. So, at this point, Chase is about ready to lead everyone out of the shop.
Before we leave, Lily, you said that he had a whole bunch of stuff around.
Yeah.
Lily's gonna ask him if he's got any magic things for sale.
And no, I'm sorry, dear. No actual magic here, just potions. All of the potions.
Oh, what kind of potions?
Oh, healing potions, potions that make your hair fall out, potions that make your hair grow, potions that make your hair fall out and then grow. All sorts of things. And he gets up and bows, taking off his head, and you notice an enormous bald spot in the middle.
Huh. So is it localized?
Oh no.
What about pearls? Do you happen to sell any?
Oh, I apologize. I do not have any pearls. You'd be better off searching down by the docks. They might have such items.
Okay.
How much are the healing potions?
Oh, the healing potions? Oh, how much of a healing potion do you need? And he points to several of them in turn.
Just a healing type of healing potion.
A healing type of healing potion?
She's not proficient in Arcana.
Well, I
That's
do have
divine.
these two potions here I could offer. They're 60 gold each.
Ooh. Well, I suppose we do still have some healing potions. We probably don't need to spend that much on them.
And he kind of looks disappointed but nods. It's like, all right then. Do come back shortly, dears. I'll make sure to find some information and let you know. Enjoy your sightseeing.
What about the potion to make your hair grow?
Oh, that's a very special one. That one will cost you 232 gold.
Did you just add one to my gold?
Did
No,
I?
you didn't. Okay.
I took a number out of my ass.
Wait, is that actually one more than what he?
No,
what
I
Sully
had
has in gold?
230 before this started, and then I got 33 gold. So you added 2 to my gold. She's gonna shake her head and say, "This."
Does somebody else
but-
have my character sheet open because it keeps on going back to core stats and I can't change to a different tab?
Let me
Silver.
fuck with it. I don't have it open.
You
Yeah,
may have
close
something
it.
on your keyboard held down accidentally.
No, there's nothing on my keyboard
Alright.
held down.
Should be on show
Yeah.
currently.
She's gonna politely
Okay.
decline to spend 200 plus gold on something to make your hair fall out.
Why
And
did she even want that?
and
Utility.
so I was like, so sorry to hear that, dear. It would have worked wonderfully on you. Well then, I need to get back to my research, so I'll see you all when you next stop in. Good day. And he raises his hat again, revealing very blatantly the blind spot before he turns back to his work.
He really likes that bald spot, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't, Chase responds. Why do you think he has so many potions related to trying to get rid of it? We try not to talk about it. And this is already after they've all left.
Is it like a magic bald spot? Like your magic tail? I mean leg. I mean snakes. How do I call that?
It's not
Just don't
exactly
worry
bad
about
to
it.
have scales.
We can talk about that later, dear. It's not that important. Let's get some shopping taken care of first. I would rather keep moving. I don't like this town.
Okay. Lily is going to look for a shop that sells tools.
All right, and the one-stop shop for that is going to be pretty obvious down the plateau into the Bazaar of Sales. It's right next to the docks, and there is nothing but tents full of wares as far as you can see. And that'll be right down. I'll move Chase in. Yeah, go there. I'll move Lily and Serena as well, I suppose. I'll just move everyone there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what I would particularly buy. I think I would look for like a better shield or some better armor, or perhaps a secondary weapon just in case the Warhammer comes to any grief.
Well, initially, everybody roll me a charisma check.
Ooh.
Oh god, Serena's going to fail horribly.
Yeah, just an unskilled charisma check on your skill page.
Skill.
Oh god, that's horrible. The two charisma based characters are the lowest.
That's hilarious to me. All right then. So as you get down there, let me roll for Chase as well. Chase rolled a natural 1. Good to know. All right, so Chase, Falana, and Elana all get distracted by all the various wares coming about. Like, these people are literally hawking their wares at you. They are running in your face, holding up various cheap-looking straps of leather. One of them steps out and opens up his... Buy a sundial?
I'm sorry, I know the joke, so it makes me happy.
On
What?
the other hand, Serena and Lily are able to ignore all of the distractions and will be better able to find what they're looking for. So then, it's like, so
Lily's
if you have
used
anything in
to
mind for other characters, I know what Lily's looking for, and she'll be able to find a set of blacksmith's tools at a shop near one of the docks, and he will be offering. This is not actually on the thing. Cool, good to make it up. He will be offering
I
it
think it's 50
for.
GP.
Yeah, he'll be offering it for 65 GP.
She's gonna haggle for 45.
All right. He looks kind of wary, so make a persuasion check. And he shakes his head back and forth, and he goes down. It's like, I could go for 57. Nothing more, though.
Nothing more than 57. Well, that's great because I'm looking for less than 57.
Nothing less either. Just 57. That's all I can sell it to you for.
Failed the speech check. Failed the speech check.
Lily nods. I can do 57.
All right. And since you are out down there, let me see. And
Get out my calculator.
let's see, Lily in particular.
She's
roll-
not wearing her family crest. I'll just point that out.
Yeah, that's actually probably a good thing. Lily in particular, roll a. Actually, everybody roll a perception check.
Oh God. Oh. I'm very perceptive.
And
Why does Lily get all the good rolls now?
because she's not gonna have them when she actually needs them.
Exactly, guys. This is how this
Oh,
works.
oh, come on. I have
Alright.
advantage.
The
Okay,
elves
so
are just.
since Risu specifically said Falana was making sure she was getting pickpocketed, I will give her advantage on that.
Lucky.
Everyone else picked it normally. So Falana, her watchful guise means that nobody dares get near her. Lily, same deal. She can see a few people watching her, but no one really gets close. She probably just thinks they think she looks pretty or something. Surina,
She smiles
watchful-
and waves at one of the more surly-looking individuals.
Yeah, Surina, again, they're watching her, nothing really happens to it. It's not until probably 3 minutes after, or a few seconds after somebody bumps into Elana and walks by that she realizes that she is currently 6 gold short.
Don't tell me we're gonna have a chase through the city ending up near with a
No.
natural 20 and a. Okay.
Or, did I say chase? I meant Elana. I don't remember. There's a lot of people to keep track of right now, and I haven't met yet.
There's only 5 people.
I have more names that you haven't met yet.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, Elana will be down. I said 6 gold.
Yeah, I already made it. Already.
Somebody already pickpocketed her. Nothing else major comes from that. Does anyone else have anything they wanted to shop for?
Surina wanted to look for either better armor or a better shield. She can go without a secondary weapon for now.
Alright, roll an investigation check.
This is going to go very poorly.
Can Lily aid her?
Lily can, yes.
All right. So does that give her advantage?
I'll give her advantage between the two of them looking.
Well,
Good thing,
I
too.
know it.
That investigation. Wow.
Alright. Surina looks around trying to find some metal armor, what have you, but she's not able to find anything. Nothing sharper than a butter knife lurks in the Bazaar of Sales right now. Anyone else?
Well, that's a good thing. She doesn't want sharp armor.
Anything larger than a butter knife either pretty much doesn't exist.
Lily holds up the butter knife and says, "Wow, this looks really nice."
Alright, so does Falana or Elana have any shopping they wish to do?
I have nothing specific.
No shopping specifically, but
I'm gonna say
sorry,
I
I'll-
prefer water clocks are more accurate.
Alright, so start that again.
sorry.
Specific. You get. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be. Oh, I prefer water.
We're losing you, Risu.
That is Risu.
Yeah, that is Riksu.
Risu. The mythological Risu.
Lily is going to want more shopping too, by the way.
Alright. Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, one.
Where are the kits? There they are. Page 154.
Yeah, I looked. I must have just missed blacksmiths.
Smithing,
Oh, there's
Smith's tools.
There's,
Oh, they're
wow,
20
that
gold.
was... He ripped you off!
Ah. Sorry, I thought they were 50. I was
So,
thinking something
as
else.
far as I'm concerned, it's still a character for him. They ripped
Yep.
Lily off.
Okay.
Alright, so...
Crap.
So, stopping.
Smith's tools, 8 pounds.
So Lily already did something, so... Elana, what does Elana want to do?
With the whole bus and noise around here, she was going to try and sneak off to find the Colosseum to do what Cassandra asked her to do.
Right,
Well,
well,
just out of character comment here, because if something does happen, if you're alone, it could go south quickly for you.
yeah, you could roll a stealth check to see if you can't duck away.
Can we all... Is it against our passive perception, or...
And do passive perceptions.
You guys spot
She does
me
not get
so
away.
hard.
So, so
I've
if you-
taken Lily's
Yeah,
place
especially
on
not since
full
Surina
roll.
is keeping an eye on her specifically because she doesn't want her getting messed up or anything. Because motherly Surina.
And the day goes on slowly, and you see several of the,
Hold on. Lily wanted to do a little more shopping too.
Yeah, I realize.
Oh, okay.
Day
Sorry.
goes on as you continue your shop, and you see a few of the sailors looking out over, not the sailors, the merchants looking out over the seas with a wary look. Before Lily walks up to one of them, and he quickly turns to her with an excited look on his face. Yes, can I help you, miss?
She's looking for a some lanterns.
Ah, yes, lanterns.
Just a hooded lantern.
A hooded lantern. Yes, I think I might have a hooded lantern. Give me one moment. And he disappears around a little tarp that's hanging up, making up his shop, and returns probably a minute later with a old-looking hooded lantern. Ah, this here is one of the finest things you will ever find. I would be willing to part with it for, oh, I don't know, 6 GP?
Lily's gonna
it
look
called
at him and
dark?
say, "I'm sorry, I meant to say a hooded lantern, not a piece of crap lantern."
3 GP.
Toss him some oil and we'll call it even.
Fine. So for 3 GP, you're getting the hooded lantern and one set of oil. So 1 flask of oil.
Oh, that was
Because
great.
it has a high risk of bursting into flames.
Wait, can't Serena? Wait, no, that was a cantrip she didn't take. I was trying to remember because Serena could have taken a cantrip that basically made it make her produce light infinitely.
Yeah. No, I know
Yeah.
the cantrip.
I was going to say, is it just like really dirty?
It's very dirty. It's like it's been kept in the bottom of this guy's whatever he's using to keep his stuff.
Oil
For
getting
here.
spilled all
I
over.
was
it.
just going to
You know,
say, the instant after Lily buys it, Lily will prestidigitation it to clean it.
You mean Elana will prestidigitation it to clean it?
Yeah,
Lily
Elana
will,
will.
totally.
All right. Well, after Lily has purchased his
Oh.
lantern and Alana walks up and cleans it with magic, you can hear a low howling in the distance as wind blows across the sea. And looking out toward the north, south, east, looking out to the
Oh
west.
god damn it!
Yes,
It was
I
a
had to
weather
stop.
report.
Yes, I had to stop in directions. What was that?
It was an actual weather report. God damn it!
Looking out to the west, there is a incredibly massive storm coming this way, and it might be in everyone's best interest to head back towards the nearest taverns.
Lily's still looking at the shiny lantern.
Does the dude who sold it say anything?
Oh, I'm assuming you guys walked away. Either that, or
Oh,
he
okay.
Oh, no,
turned to
she's
his
still next
sale.
to it. She's still there.
He immediately turned away and went to try to sell something to someone else. He did not see a thing.
Okay.
She's looking. She's still looking to buy stuff.
Well, you don't have much time before the storm gets here. You should probably get to shelter. So, what does she
she's-
want to try to buy?
She's gonna try to buy a bag of caltrops as well.
Let's
just bag of what?
Caltrops.
She looks around there. She doesn't see anything that would specifically stream out to her as caltrops. Roll a investigation check.
On wrong page.
Tester.
Testing.
Investigation.
I'm really sad. The
And-
latest update broke my tablet, so now it doesn't actually turn anymore. So I have to restart it every time I want it to actually turn around so I can see what the hell is going on with it. Sorry, that was really random. I'm really...
All right. Continuing on, Lily's investigation, she cannot find any shops that are selling anything even remotely like caltrops. And at this point, the storm is getting rather close, and several of the shops are starting to close up and head back to whatever hovel they may live in, weather the storm.
What kind of shop doesn't sell caltrops? She's saying this in character. She's still looking around at this point.
And all the shops are closing up, so she's not going to find much of anything at this point.
Serena pipes up. Shas, you have been in this town before. Do you know of any lodging that we may use to dodge the storm?
Yes, there's a tavern up not too far from where Felsworn lives. We should be able to stop there for the night and be fine.
Very well. Shall we abscond and head there first?
Let's head where we can do for now.
Lily sighs and has no objection to it.
All right. And so the group walks up to head back to the tavern, and as they walk along the way to get to the tavern, they pass the same street where Felsworn's house is. Except they see, as they pass by, that there is a small crowd around there.
I get a bad feeling for a friend. Shall we go and see if he's okay?
Anyone object?
No.
If we make it fast, we don't want to be caught in the storm.
Right, well, it's as you're passing, and Chase decides to go up closer because she is worried, and as you all get close and look inside, you can see the door is open. There are a few guardsmen sitting around, and Felsworn has been decapitated. His head lays on the desk in front of him while his body is slumped over the chair he sat in.
Lily pipes up and says, "Did the old man kick it?"
I'm going to just elbow Lily real fast.
And Chase just kind of turns and glares at Lily before looking back at what was left of her friend.
Now Lily
Serena,
sees the
put-
decapitation. Oh, I'm sorry.
Serena puts her hand on Chase's shoulder. Perhaps we should not have asked him this favor.
Perhaps, she mutters, not really feeling too much to responding.
I'm going to go ahead, go up to the guards, and ask if there's any leads as to who did this.
All right, roll.
While she's doing that, can Lily leave and head on towards the tavern?
Yeah, Chase decides to follow since she's not feeling too well and she doesn't want to stick around. So Falana goes up and decides to ask it. So roll a perception. Or not perception, persuasion. Persuasion.
Serena's going to go with Shas as well, just because she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to leave Shas alone right now, and she's not going to be much help persuading guards to investigate the scene.
Oh yeah, I'm doing investigation.
Yeah.
The investigation got killed, and you're going to leave me alone. Thanks.
Yeah, was that the persuasion check?
That was.
All right, so the guards just kind of walk away, citizen. This is none of your concern.
He was doing a favor for us and was killed because of it. It isn't my concern. Please.
Really, it was your concern that he got killed by assassins.
If investigating something for us, that's no point. It is.
Please, pay no attention to it. I highly doubt that you were able to gather the interests of the Assassin's Guild in this endeavor. Go on your way.
I'm going to use suggestion. Well, perhaps I could help you with your investigation if you were to tell me who did it.
What a suggestion. I'm trying to think of what exactly suggestion does.
Let me.
Yeah, if you could hit it, I'm probably going to get to it first. I did. So you're asking him to explain better. And in the process of doing that, he sighs and goes, ugh. We don't know exactly why or what happened, but this is definitely an assassin's hit. The head was completely removed, and somebody saw a figure in dark robes holding a mirror over it before he fled when they first saw him. Rather messy hit, to be honest.
Can Elana just kind of look around the room to see if there's anything off about the actual room itself?
Elana is not able, nobody's actually able to get into the room. The guards are stopping them from outside. The door is just open. They can see inside. However, roll perception.
Oh, God. No.
Hey, Jeeves was complaining about not enough skill checks. So,
Blame me.
Thanks, Jeeves.
Well, now I feel bad for sending Serena away because I think she's got one of the highest whiz mods, but she's
Alright,
been
so-
failing rolls left and right.
so let's see.
Who knows? 10 might be enough.
All right, so that's both of them looking in. So both of them looking in, there isn't much they can see, but from the vantage point they have, it doesn't look like there's much out of place. Just the fact that Felsworn was killed.
Like, not even any windows open or something like that?
No windows open, none of his jars of powdered flour and anything else out of place. The only things that are different is that His head is removed, and there's a bit of blood from his neck on the desk. That is the only difference they can see.
All right.
And it's around this point that the storm is starting to get rather close. It's starting to sprinkle lightly, but it's getting harder with every passing minute, and the winds are starting to pick up.
Is the other half of the group in the tavern yet?
Yes.
Okay.
It should have been Surina, Chase, and Lily should have all left at this point already, or left earlier.
Mhm.
All right then.
By the way, Lily's gonna stand just inside the door, looking out for Elana and Falana, and is going to wave at them if they come by to show them where the tavern is.
And I'm assuming Surina is going in there to secure the hotel rooms.
Yes, Serena's going in to secure the hotel rooms and also making sure that Shas is okay because she needs comforting.
All right, so Lily, roll a Constitution save.
Okay. Awesome.
Surina, roll Perception.
Oh, God. This is going to go badly.
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks, Jeebs.
This is
All
what
right.
D&D's about, guys. This is what it's
Failing
about.
skill checks.
Failing
After
all the
Serena-
skill checks.
After Surina purchases all of the rooms for everyone, she goes back to check on Lily and Chase and discovers that neither of them are there.
God damn it, they got drugged. Hold
Lily
on.
cast invisibility on herself, evidently.
Neither of them are there currently. And would you like to keep looking for them? Investigation.